This is Engage New York, Module 4, Lesson 5. Read the objective out loud while I read it. I can solve word problems involving the division of whole numbers. So we're simply going to be dividing with whole numbers, and then our answers are going to end up being in fraction form. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our fluency practice. So our fluency practice, write a fraction of a set. So they're asking you if you had 10 copies of 1/2. So if you had 10 1/2s, how many wholes would you end up with? So think about 10 wholes cut in half. What would that give you? Over here, I want you to rewrite the problem like this before you solve. So if you had 8 copies of 1/2, 8 copies of 1/4, 6 copies of 1/3, and you had 54 copies of 1 1/6, 30 copies of 1/6, 42 copies of 1/7, 48 copies of 8, and 54 copies of 1/9. Solve it. Bring out the fraction and then solve. Then you have write the division sentence as a fraction. So remember, what does this division problem really look like? So you're going to rewrite it like this and then tell me what the decimal is. So you could tell me what the decimal is. If this is 9/3, that equals 3, right? So do you know what? Skip the decimal part and just stick with this. All right. Then write fractions as mixed numbers. So you're going to rewrite the fraction back as a division problem and then solve it, and your answer is going to have a whole with a mixed number of fraction. All right, so we're going to start that on fluency. Then make sure to have out your problem set, your lesson 5 problem set, because for concept development, we're actually going straight into the packet, into your problem set. So we're going to be working these same problems, exact same problems in the problem set. So make sure you have that out and ready to go. Then go ahead and begin your fluency and then come back to check your work, see how you did. Okay, so let's check our work here. So I pulled this out at 10 times 1 is 10, 1 times 2 is 2, 10/2 is 5, right? And so if I had 10 copies of 1/2, so if I did 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you group them together and you end up with 5 wholes. All right, moving on. So 8/2 is 4. 8/4 is 2. 6/3 is 2. 54/6 is 9. 30/6 is 5. 42/7 is 6. 48/8 is 6. 54/9 is 6. All right. Then I came back and then I actually did add my decimal. I didn't like this at first because I thought, well, and then I'm like, well, you know what? It's 3.0. It's 3 wholes. So 9/3 is 3. 28/40 becomes 7/10, which is 7/10. 18/60 becomes 3/10, which is 0.3. 63/70 becomes 9/10, which is 0.9. 24/80 becomes 3/10, which is 0.3. 63/90 becomes 7/10, which is 7/10. Then 13 divided by 2 becomes 6.5. 11 divided by 2 becomes 5.5. 17 divided by 2 becomes 8.5. 44 divided by 2 becomes 22. 31 divided by 10 is 3 1/10. 23 divided by 10 is 2 3/10. 47 divided by 10 is 4 7/10. Then 89 divided by 10 is 8 9/10. 8 divided by 3 is 2 2/3. 13 divided by 3 is 4 1/3. 26 divided by 3 is 8 2/3. 9 divided by 4 is 2 1/4. And 13 divided by 4 is 3 1/4. All right, that'll do it for Fluency for Module 4, Lesson 5. Come back for concept development, but your concept development, we are going to go straight into problem set. If you want to take extra notes to go with your problem set, this is going to be where you're going to want to take extra notes. We can solve here and show our steps, but if there are extra notes that you want to take, you can do it here. All right, so that'll do it for Fluency. Come on back for problem set.